confirm we have quorum.
Yes, we do.
Janet?
We do. All right. Thank you. All right. Good evening. My name is Rolando Bonilla, and I am the chair of the San Jose Planning Commission. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting. This meeting is being held via Zoom conference call due to the COVID-19 crisis. Members of the public may participate by following the instructions listed on the agenda. You may also view and listen to the meeting on live stream cable TV, Granicus, and YouTube. Following a roll call during summary of hearing procedure, we will review how the public may provide comment during today's session. Before I take roll call, I just want to let the city attorney know that Commissioner Montañez is absent. There's a slight possibility she may make it. However, she has a work conflict, so just heads up. So Commissioner Bonilla here. Casey?
Here.
Caballero? Cantrell?
Here.
Garcia?
Here.
Lardenois?
Here.
Montañez, oh, absent. Oliverio? Ornelas
Here.
Wise? Ah, perfect. Ornelas Wise?
Here.
Torrance? Okay. And Young?
Here.
Okay, let the record reflect it.
Here.
Oh, Torrance is present. Let the record reflect that Commissioners Caballero and Montañez at the moment are absent. Summary of hearing procedures. The procedure for this hearing is as follows. After the staff report, applicants and appellants may make a 5-minute presentation. City staff will call out names of the public who identified the items they want to speak on. You may identify yourself by the raise hand feature on Zoom. Click *9 on your phone, or you may call 408-535-3505 or email planning support staff at sanjoseca.gov and identify your name, phone number, and what item or items you'd like to speak on. As your name is called, city staff will unmute you to speak. After we confirm your audio is working, your allotted time will begin. Each speaker will have 2 minutes. Speakers using a translator will have 4 minutes. After the public testimony, the applicant and appellant may make closing remarks for an additional 5 minutes. Planning commissioners may ask questions of the speakers. Response to commissioner questions will not reduce the speaker's time allowance. Staff will unmute the speaker to respond to the commissioner. The public hearing will then be closed and the planning commission will take action on the item. The planning commission may request staff to respond to the public testimony, ask staff questions, and discuss the item. If you challenge these land use decisions in court, you may be limited to raising only those issues you or someone else raised at this public hearing or in written correspondence delivered to the city at or prior to the public hearing. The Planning Commission's action on rezonings, pre-zonings, general plan amendments, and code amendments is only advisory to the City Council. The City Council will hold public hearings on these items. Section 20.120.400 of the Municipal Code provides the procedures for legal protest to the City Council on rezonings and pre-zonings. Wow, that's a lot. The Planning Commission's action on conditional use permits is appealable to the City Council in accordance with Section 20.100.220 of the Municipal Code. Colleagues, I'm not joking. There will be a test on this language on our last day in June, and we all have to memorize it. All right, with that, we'll now move on to call to order and orders of the day. All right, public comment to the Planning Commission on non-agendized items. Please use the raise hand feature in Zoom or click *9 to raise a hand to speak. Each member of the public may address the commission for up to 2 minutes. The commission cannot take any formal action without the item being properly noticed and placed on an agenda. All right, with that, Jen, do we have any public comment?
This is Kenneth stepping in for Jennifer today. We do have Larry who has his hand raised. I'm not sure if that's regarding this, but I'll allow him to unmute.
Let's ask Larry. Larry, will you be speaking on an item not on the agenda tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Larry.
If I'm speaking about DuPont Village, is that on the agenda?
That is on the agenda, sir. So
okay, then I will defer until that item comes up.
Well, thank you very much. Do we have any other public comment?
We do not have any other hand raised at this time.
Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close public comment. We'll now move on to item 3, deferrals and removals from calendar. Don't see any items listed on the agenda. Staff, is that still accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay. We'll now go ahead and move to item 4, the consent calendar. Looks like the only thing we've got on the consent calendar is to review and approve the action minutes from March 23rd, 2022. I see Commissioner Garcia and Commissioner Torrance. Commissioner Garcia, did you want to say something?
I wanted to see if the corrections were made. I had submitted some last minute corrections for the minutes. The first vote and then the roll call was not completely accurate.
All right.
So
staff, is this the city attorney's purview to confirm with Commissioner Garcia that his corrections are reflected on the record?
Sorry, I was finding the mute button. Was the correction sent to Vera before she retired, or was it sent to somebody else? Because I unfortunately wasn't provided with that information to confirm.
yeah, no, it was sent to the person that sent it out. I can't remember the name or how to pronounce it. And CC Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer is out this evening. Hannah, can you confirm that you received that email? I didn't receive it either.
Mark is, go ahead.
There are minor corrections. For example, the roll call, I was present at the start of the meeting. And then the first consent calendar item, it showed that Montañez was not absent anymore at that point, and I believe her and Bonilla abstained on that vote for the minutes of the previous meeting.
So since they haven't been reflected in what we have, we can defer that to next meeting.
I was just going to say, it sounds like the corrections have not been made. But before we do that, we've got Commissioner Torrance. Actually, Commissioner Oliveira, were you raising your hand to perhaps offer a solution to the current situation?
Thanks, Chair. I was just going to ask, should we provide all our feedback, or does staff just want to watch the meeting and make all the corrections? What's the preference? Sorry.
You can provide feedback.
And Chair, I wasn't first if anyone else wants to provide
Yeah,
feedback.
no, I was actually going to say, we'll go to Commissioner Torrance and then I can come back to you. Thank you for that. Commissioner Torrance.
Oh, thank you, Chair. So I was just going to say that before the vote was taken on the minutes, I would need to recuse myself, I believe, because I was not at the previous meeting. So that's all.
All right, thank you for that. All right, Commissioner Oliveira, did you want to continue?
Yes, I just noticed on, was it item 5A, it had me making the motion, no, sorry, 8A. It had me making the motion on that item. And I actually voted against the item, and I noted to staff, please note I'm voting against it because the housing densities are not high enough. But this one reflects it's a unanimous vote. So anyway, not major, but significant enough to share.
No, I remember you. I think you said also on principle. I do remember that as well. So it sounds like we at least have a couple of colleagues who are going to want to make some changes. So I think the best thing to do is for those changes, just to make sure it doesn't get lost in translation, get emailed to Mark. Mark, would you be the appropriate person to receive them?
You can email them to me, and then also copy, getting used to all the players in this. If it's Hannah or Lori or Robert, if there's somebody on your side that would also be copied on it, that would go about implementing the change, please let the commission know.
That's right. So it's going to be Michael, myself, Mark, Vinny, and Jennifer.
Jennifer, that's it.
Okay, so we'll send them to Robert, CC, Mark. And then with that, then can I get a motion then to defer? When is our next meeting? I don't have that date on the top of my head.
The 27th is what I have.
Sorry,
April 27th? No, April 27th? Okay.
that's correct.
All right, so then let's get a motion on the floor. I think Laura Denois said to defer this item to April 27th. Laura Denois with the motion. I was about to tell you council number. Commissioner Oliverio.
Thanks, Chair. One question, staff.
Sure.
Does the item that I chatted about, is that on the council agenda soon? And does the staff report reflect the minutes or what occurred?
I know it hasn't gone to council yet, so we'll make that correction before it goes.
Okay, thanks so much.
Perfect. So we've got a motion by Laura Denois. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by, was that Young?
Garcia.
Garcia, thank you. Okay. Laura Denois with the motion, Garcia with the second, and this is to defer this the March 23rd minutes to give city staff time for correction to April 27th. With that, Bonilla, yes. Casey?
Yes.
Caballero, absent. Cantrell?
Yes.
Garcia?
Yes.
Laura Denois?
Yes.
Oliverio?
Yes.
Ornelas Wise?
Yes.
Torrance is recused. Young?
Yes.
All right, let the record reflect that the motion passes with Caballero and Montañez absent and Torrance abstaining. Abstaining as she was not present at the March 23rd, 2022 meeting. All right. Thank you. All right. With that, we will now move on to item 5, the public hearing. Staff, I believe you have a presentation for us. If so, the floor is yours.
I do. Evening, commissioners. Let me pull a couple slides up. All right. You guys see my screen? Just making sure here.
Yep.
Yes.
Love it. Okay. Evening, commissioners, members of the public. My name is Alec Atienza, Planning Division, Development Review Team. So before you this evening is the DuPont Village project. This is a mixed-use project located within the Diridon Station area plan. It's roughly bounded by Park Avenue to the north. A small portion of it touches West San Carlos Street to the south, McAvoy to the west, the Caltrain VTA tracks to the east, and it's bisected by DuPont Street. Just as a bit of a background, so the project components here are a rezoning from the RM multiple resident zoning district to a planned development zoning district. It would include a vesting tentative map to reconfigure 6 lots into 2 lots. It would include the demolition of all buildings and structures on site and the removal of 56 trees, which would allow the construction of 2 5-story multifamily apartment buildings. That includes 689 residential units. 375 of those would be affordable, approximately 4,000 square feet of commercial retail space. Additionally, the project includes a state density bonus concession for an approximately 38% parking reduction. And then lastly, this project includes the reconfiguration of DuPont Street. I'll just jump back quickly. So DuPont Street would be brought, the intersection with McAvoy Street would be brought down further to the south, nearest that first community housing project that is adjacent. In terms of project review, so this project is consistent with both the general plan and Diridon Station area plan land use designation of transit residential as shown here. It's a bit messy because there's multiple parcels, but this entire site has a general plan land use designation of transit residential. That allows for a density, residential density of between 50 and 250 dwelling units per acre. And this project comes in at around 127 dwelling units per acre. Additionally, it's consistent with the height requirements of the Diridon Station area plan. That allows a height limit at this site for 285 feet. This project would reach a maximum height of about 87 feet. One other point I would like to touch on is the state density bonus law. So as this project is providing approximately 10% of the units at or below low income levels, it is eligible for 1 density bonus concession under the state density bonus law. So in this case, the applicant is using that concession for a blanket 38% parking reduction. And there are no waivers requested as part of this state density bonus application. One last point that I'd like to bring up in terms of the project review is the planned development rezoning. So this project was first submitted in early 2020, and it was located in an assortment of industrial zoning districts, industrial park, HI, LI, but it still had a general plan land use designation of transit residential. So at the time, the applicant applied for a planned development rezoning, which would allow for this type of mixed use project. Since then, the DSAP has been amended, and the site was rezoned to RM, which was prior to any of these new urban village or transit residential zoning districts existing. So for the sake of clarity and simplicity, the applicant kept the planned development zoning district on file. And I can go through that a little bit more if anybody wants some background, but it's mostly procedural. So lastly, the project would conform with the objective standards of the downtown design guidelines as discussed in the staff report. Next, in terms of environmental review, for the CEQA clearance, an addendum to the Downtown Strategy 2040 Final Environmental Impact Report was prepared for this project. The initial study noted that no new environmental impacts or additional mitigation measures beyond those identified in the Downtown Strategy 2040 Final EIR were identified for the project. There are additional standard environmental permit conditions that can be found in the draft permit. In terms of community engagement, this project was noticed at a radius of 1,000 feet. An on-site sign was posted for the project frontages, and we did hold a community meeting on November 16th of last year, 2021. It was attended by about 21 members of the public. It was held via Zoom. Some key concerns and issues that were raised included pedestrian safety, interior and exterior noise levels as is adjacent to the rail line, some construction impacts and overall timeline of construction, as well as parking impacts and the overall level of affordability. So with that, staff recommends, the Planning Commission recommend to the City Council that they take the following actions: adopting the CEQA addendum, approving the rezoning, adopting the resolution for the adopting a resolution approving a vesting tentative map, and adopting the resolution approving the planned development permit. So with that, staff is here to answer any questions, and I believe the applicant is here with a presentation of their own.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Alex. All right, Alec, let me now go ahead and yield the floor to the applicant or the applicant's representative.
Hi, my name is Dan Mountseer, and our team also here is our ownership group is M&M Diridon, Perry Hariri with Miramar Capital Partners. They're developers and managers of large-scale projects in San Jose and Silicon Valley. I'm with Pinion Property Company. We've been heavily involved in this district for a very long time. I've been involved with the Alameda Business Association and was the rep for the Stationary Advisory Group. Then also working with us, that's going to be the developer of the affordable project, is the Pacific Companies, and they are the largest affordable housing provider in the West Coast. I think Iana Maggiati is with us, our architect, and Dina Marsili with HMH. They're both the civil engineers, the landscape engineers, and project planners, and then Eric Schoenauer, who works with us on entitlements. The site, I don't know, Dina, if you have a sort of the site map thing. If we can. There. It is one block from Diridon Station, which would be to your left. The train tracks is immediately up at the top there. We have the whole first block. If you look at DuPont Street there, to the lower right is First Community Housing's project. And we've had a very long-standing relationship with them, and sort of started the project contemplating working together for a cohesive whole. McAvoy down to the lower edge, which is on the west between Park Avenue and San Carlos, is a very, very quiet street. Very little existing traffic. There is a trail that goes from the end, sort of where Los Gatos Creek Trail sort of currently tentatively ends. That will end with Google's project making some improvements, but the tentative detour does come through DuPont project, and so that folks can get from the end of the Los Gatos Creek Trail through to Diridon Station. The projects, and there's two of them here. The design, and actually, Dina, you can go to the first slide, the first elevation. There. The idea here was for it to be sort of a modern industrial, but to have it be contextual with Plant 51 and other industrial buildings in the area to try and tie into the history there. We're using traditional materials, a lot of brick, to again tie into Plant 51 and other nearby structures. We're using modular construction, that is both to shorten construction time and to allow the affordable to not need to seek local subsidies. So there are two projects. One is a market rate project, and one is affordable. The projects have separate buildings, separate owners, parcels, designs, financing, and management, but we are working closely together. The market rate building, that's M&M Diridon, which is us. One of the things you can see on the corner there, which is the corner of Park and McAvoy, at the corner space there, we do not have a requirement for commercial space, but we do have some space there. It's going to be sort of two-story mezzanine space to try and activate the corner. It could be coffee, co-working, community space of some sort. But we will make sure it works for the community. The challenge for us on this is that Park Avenue drops to go underneath the freeway, as you can see, and then McAvoy is unlike this rendering shows, McAvoy actually has a very, very low traffic street, so more retail was really not feasible, but we wanted to do some at the corner just to activate that space, even though it wasn't required. The market rate building is relative to the affordable building. It's going to have more studios and one bedrooms. The likely tenant mix is probably going to be more sort of younger tech workers. The affordable building, which will be built by the Pacific companies, again, they're the largest affordable housing developer on the West Coast. They are very well versed on all the requirements of the affordable housing funding sources, and will be designing their building to make sure they're eligible for all of that. They will have some more 1s and 2 bedrooms, and the tenant mix will likely be more for families and children. The affordability on that, they're going to be 70 very low income units, 35 low income units, 35 very low income units, 35 moderate at 80%, and then 235 moderates at 120%. And those are completely voluntary. There's no city or county subsidy. Those are in excess of anything that's required. But again, these affordability things, they're a ceiling, they're not a floor. Together with First Community Housing's projects, so we look at it together. They have a lot of extremely low, and they have permanent supportive housing and veterans. Between us, we have, again, the extremely low to very low to low, 2 levels of moderate, as well as sort of missing middle housing, and then also market rate. And so one of the things we're really proud of here, and we've gotten a lot of support for, is in terms of both uses and affordability, there is a place for everyone on this block. The other thing is, relative to the projects, is sort of shared open space. There's going to be bike repair, sports areas, children's play area, dog walking areas, and all of this will be usable by everyone. We're completely separate projects, but we will work together with a larger community wherever possible, including the commercial space. the request has come up at times that we combine all of the amenities. The challenge with that is it just isn't feasible for interior amenities on the podium levels for folks to have key fob access to each other's buildings for the elevator core is pretty with different ownership management and everything else is just not feasible. But we can and will work together on our ground level recreation areas, amenities, and activities. And our track record actually of integrating with the larger community, both with our projects and also with our own personal involvements is fairly strong.
Before we go on any further, Robert, did we already go over 5 minutes?
I believe Ken is taking the time.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we did. That's what I thought. That's okay. Let's now open it up to public comment. And Ken, yeah, if you can just keep us updated on that, that'd be great. Thank you. Public comment.
Okay. I do not see any hand raised. Okay. We have Larry that raised his hand. So, and then, okay. Larry, you are unmuted. Go ahead and unmute yourself and begin to speak.
How many minutes are we allowing before we get started?
Oh, we're doing 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So, my name is Larry Clark. I would like to express my support for the development called DuPont Village near the Alameda Business District. I have served in various capacities, including president of the Alameda Business Association, helped initiate $5 million in grant improvements to the Alameda Street area, founded the Rose, White, and Blue 4th of July Parade, and during the last 15 years. I really care about this historic area. My business and my employees, including my daughter's company and employees, find their home here in our business district. The developers of DuPont Village are the same folks that I came to know and respect during their implementation and construction of Madera, a apartment development on the Alameda. They took a blighted site and developed a beautiful apartment complex serving the needs of many residents. We have benefited by Madera's development, the Whole Foods market next door, and the historic Plant 51 construction, which have all transformed our area, making this a better district to live. We are trying to build an infrastructure that our retail shops need to succeed here on the Alameda. We need to attract customers that will find a home at DuPont Village. There are shops and restaurants here on the Alameda that are ready, willing, and able to serve these future residents of DuPont Village. Retail in an isolated, sparsely populated area fail. The retail should not be included in the plans for this potentially great development. Allow DuPont Village to contribute to the success of our businesses here on the Alameda. I fear that delay will jeopardize the implementation of this great development. The cost of everything is going up, including materials and labor. We must act quickly to approve this important improvement to San Jose's residential infrastructure. Growing up in San Jose, I worked at the Contadina Tomato Cannery, proximate to this planned development. I would be astounded then to know that this kind of beneficial housing project could be possible in this area. I urge you to do what you can to implement this project for all of us devoted to the Alameda.
Thank you, Larry. Next we have Edward Sam. Edward, you're unmuted. Please unmute yourself and begin to speak.
Thank you, Chair, Commission members. Edward Sound, President and Planning Land Use Director for the Shasta-Hanchett Park Neighborhood Association. I sent each of you our formal comments earlier this afternoon, but I wanted to take just a few moments to reiterate a few of those thoughts this evening. One thing that to me is very noteworthy is that from the outset, this project has been coordinated with First Community Housing's project down the street. As a result, the street presents a full range of extremely low, very low, lower income, moderate income, and market rate housing units. This should be kind of, to be honest, this kind of synergy should be what we aspire for every block to be, that each project isn't being designed in a vacuum. It is being designed in coordination with previously entitled and previously approved projects, so that the whole ends up greater than the sum of its parts. M&M Deardan has also more than once expressed a desire to have their park fees go towards highly local improvements and amenities. We've seen, unfortunately, with some previous developments, park fees park and they kind of languish, and then they get built, used for a larger construction farther out that the new residents do not have non-vehicular access to. Dan's desire to improve the trail and to see this money used as close to this development as possible, again, I think is the kind of precedent that the city should be actively encouraging. Both Dan and Larry mentioned, Dan is very much engaged in this neighborhood. This is not an instance of a developer coming into an area and building a project and then leaving. Dan has years worth of history of investing his time and energy in this neighborhood. We've seen him be very successful with market rate housing. And so Shipna looks forward to hopefully Plan Commission approving this project as is, so that this combination of market rate and affordable housing can move forward in a timely manner as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Yep. Next we have Lalo Mendez. Lalo, you're unmuted. Please unmute yourself and begin to speak.
Good evening, Planning Commissioners. My name is Lalo Mendez, and I'm the Development Project Specialist with Catalyze SV. I am here to urge all of you to approve the rezoning, which will eventually result in so many homes which are desperately needed throughout the area. Our members scored this project back on January of 2021, so we were very happy that the applicants have been engaging with community-based organizations and other stakeholders. So this is something that definitely should be recognized. Our members scored this project in January, and some of the recommendations that we would like to see incorporated are expanding that commercial space. And 4,000 square feet, it is a great idea. However, we hopefully can see this expanded. 4,000 square feet might fit a couple of Starbucks. So we're not sure if this is adequate for 689 units. So we would urge that the applicant to reconsider, hopefully expanding this space so residents can have perhaps retail service that direct needs. Lastly, I would like you to reconsider the integrated amenities and common share spaces, which are very important from an equity perspective. And so I urge you to explore the integration of the amenities between the affordable building and the market rate buildings. But overall, my full support for this project moving forward. Thank you.
Great. Any other public comment?
Yep, we have one last speaker, Sandra Weber. Sandra, you're unmuted. Please unmute yourself and begin to speak.
Hi, this is Sandra Weber. I wish I was as eloquent as those three previous speakers, but I'm going to try here. Yeah, I have seen, I've also seen this project represented before, and I also was on that Catalyze SV grading for this project. And I have to tell you, just seeing the past projects that have been done before with the same idea. I mean, we all really benefit from Madera, and I hear great feedback from that. I sat on the SAG panel. I also just joined the Rose, White, and Blue Parade panel, and I'm a real estate agent. And one of the things that I appreciate, what Dan said, is that missing middle. We are finding that even if you have a young tech worker and he's looking for a 1-bedroom, it's very difficult. We're finding more and more that they're relying on gift funds from parents, or the parents are going in on the loan and title. So I love the mixed use. I love that you're given different levels of affordability here, and I hope to see more of it. And so, yeah, I'm all for it. I hope that, when you think about that, commercial space, it'd be great to have maybe a little convenience store, because I'm thinking, what, you've got Whole Foods. I'm not sure what you've got towards San Carlos to actually get groceries, other than if you're going to head up to Smart and Final. So yeah, well done on the project. All for it.
All right, thank you for public comment. And I think second speaker, I want to say I like that model of submitting a detailed letter and using public comment to highlight key points. It's a good way to make sure that you're able to get your thoughts in. So I say that more for the record so that anyone watching, whoever wants to come before us, it's just a good way to ensure that your full entirety of your thoughts is incorporated. With that, we did go over with the applicant up front, and be it that there's wasn't anything negative said during public comment. I mean, do you guys feel you have to respond to anything made during public comment?
Just if we could just 1 minute.
Sure, I'll give you 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. So good evening, Chair Bonilla. This is Eric Shanauer. I'm consultant to DuPont Village. And we don't want to go by without thanking Alec and Rima with the planning department for all of their work reviewing and getting this project to hearing. Just quickly, as staff indicated, the project complies entirely with all plans, policies, and ordinances, and the objective standards within those ordinances. That in and of itself is reason to support it. But to emphasize a few other points, on housing affordability, the project is providing 54% of the units below market rate. As you all may know, the inclusionary housing requirement in the city is 15% of units being affordable. And the Diridon Station area plan calls for 25% of the overall units. So this project far exceeds that goal and that requirement at 54%. And then just lastly, because we are a short walking distance to Diridon Station, the project is proposing reducing our parking footprint by 38%. And so that's consistent with the city's climate smart goal of reducing parking, reducing the reliance on automobiles, and promoting transit and pedestrian activity. And so for all of those reasons, we want to thank community residents and business leaders, Larry Clark, Edward Somm, and Sandra Weber, for taking the time to engage with us and to be here tonight speaking in support of the project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric. And as you saw, that was a Rolando 1 minute, a little longer. So with that, I will leave the public hearing open to allow my colleagues to ask questions directly of the applicant and applicant representatives. The only thing I ask is for the applicant and applicant representatives, just give me raise your hand and I'll go ahead and call on you so we can keep the trains moving here on time. But all right, with that, the order that I saw, batter's box here, Oliverio, Lordenois, Torrance, and then Ornelas Wise. So with that, Oliverio.
I'm sorry, Chair, did you want only questions at this time?
No, just go ahead. Go ahead.
Sure. No, I just wanted to note, we talked about the North San Jose plan in our last meeting and in my comments, and this is approximately twice the density. And so this is the benefit of significant density along transit, which North San Jose is. So this project dates back to 1991 with the adoption of the Midtown specific plan, and it's been certainly just a long time coming. And I'm certainly going to be voting for it tonight, but want to hear from my colleagues.
Thank you, Commissioner Oliverio. With that, Commissioner, I think I said Lordenois, then Torrance. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to start off my comments by saying I'm really impressed with the ratio of affordable units in this project. I mean, 54% is far and beyond what we usually see on this commission. Oftentimes we have projects that don't have any affordable units and just satisfy their inclusionary requirement with the in lieu fee. I am curious though, it being two separate buildings on what's going to be two separate lots, how does the inclusionary housing ordinance work? This is a question for staff. I mean, like, what are kind of the limitations of splitting it up across, multiple constructions like that? I mean, is it just as long as it's submitted as one project, that's fine? Or I'm just curious for future reference.
Yeah, I mean, I can answer that pretty quickly. Yeah, so I mean, it's just under one entitlement. So despite the fact that the project includes a lot split or reconfiguration of lots, it is just one entitlement for the purposes of the inclusionary housing ordinance.
Gotcha. All right, thank you for clarifying that.
Alec, thank you. Commissioner Torrens, Commissioner Ornelas Wise.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Sorry, cut you off there.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so just to comment first, I like this. This is different levels of income side by side, all interacting in the same community. So the positive comments that we've heard and the applicant's presentation, the staff presentation, this is, I believe, what San Jose needs more of. And it's one reason I'm so excited to be on the Planning Commission and seeing this happen. One question I have for the applicant is, are there any opportunities to own in either of these spaces? Because that does help people's economic, futures. And so is there any opportunity for that, or are these all rentals?
These will be rentals.
Okay. Well, that answers that. Of course, you hear the, I want more people to be able to own, right?
I hear you. It is fairly complex as it is. Anyway, so that's, yeah, but these will be rentals.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ornelas Wise, and then I'll go back to Commissioner Oliverio. Commissioner Ornelas Wise.
Thank you. I just want to say great job to everyone involved in this project. I love the design, the architecture, and just like was recently said, I would really love to see more projects like this in the city of San Jose. I think this is what city of San Jose is all about, and it's all about community. I really like that. I would like to see playground for children in a shared space, a little bit more green space. Maybe exercise station, something that would allow both of those two communities to come together. And maybe for the affordable units, I mean, just because, the cost of housing in this area is so high, maybe marketing to students also from San Jose State and students from the local San Jose City College to see if they could access some of those affordable units, because obviously this is right in between both of those schools. But overall, big thumbs up. Thank you to the staff and everyone involved, the design team. Beautiful work. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ornelas Wise. With that, Commissioner Oliveira, I think you had wanted to make the motion, unless I was reading that wrong.
No, I'm happy to. Thank you for your kindness.
Yeah,
I'd certainly like to make a motion to support the staff recommendation.
Second.
All right. Oliverio with the motion, Torrance with the second, and then the chair will weigh in. I think I will echo the sentiment that my colleagues made as far as this being an example of the city. And to be honest with you, would love it if you came out here to the east side and brought some of these opportunities with you. This is where we're headed. And I think as long as we're creating all types of housing, market rate, affordable, it all goes into that overall bucket. And this is how we're going to regionally, at least San Jose will do its part to take on this regional challenge of providing more housing. So with that, it is I will then honor the motion made by Commissioner Oliverio, the second made by Commissioner Torrance, and I will go and call for the vote. Bonilla, yes. Casey?
Yes.
Caballero, absent. Cantrell?
Yes.
Garcia?
Yes.
Lord Noir?
Yes.
The yes is absent. Oliverio?
Yes.
Ornelas Wise?
Yes.
Torrance?
Yes.
Young?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. Let the record reflect that Commissioners Montañez and Caballero are absent. And I agree with you, Commissioner Torrance. This is precisely why I enjoy being on the Planning Commission. All right, so with that, we've got the vote recorded. We will now move on to item 6, referrals from City Council, boards, commissions, or other agencies. Staff, do we have any other items?
No, we don't.
All right, I was going to say, and if you don't, that's okay. All right, item 7, good and welfare. 7A, report from City Council. Staff, is a report from City Council.
Yes, there is. Yesterday, City Council approved the agreement with Association of Bay Area Governments for Regional Early Action Plan and Grant Funds. They also approved item number 10.1 that went to the City Council from this commission. It's rezoning 298 certain real properties located in various locations in the city and council district 1. One other item that the City Council approved has to do with a question that almost every time a few of you ask, when are we going to meet in person? So after July 1st, that is going to occur. And currently those modalities are being worked on.
July 1st for what? I'm sorry?
July 1st this year.
To come back to the council chamber? Yeah, I'm not coming back then. That's cool. I'm kidding, but that's fine. My term ends June 30th, but I'm being funny. Go ahead.
So that's it. That's it.
So I will literally be the chair that never sat in the chair. I like that. All right, perfect. All right, 7B, subcommittee formation reports and outstanding business.
Nothing.
All right, commission calendar and study sessions.
No items.
No items?
No items.
All right, perfect. And 7D, the public record. Colleagues, do we have anything for the public record? Robert, your hand.
No,
Okay. Seeing none, and let me clarify, my term ends June 30th. I will absolutely continue being here at all my meetings. All right, everyone, have a great night. Until the next one, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.